All right. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. It's December 21st, about 8:30 a.m. U.S. markets are just about to open up. I want to highlight to you just a pretty heavy sell-off that we had in U.S. equities yesterday. We had a little bit of volatility in crypto yesterday too, which I think was this downside move. But again, I think the uptrend is still relatively intact. I think in crypto for the most part. But I do think that the amount of froth we've developed over the past few months is coming to its own crescendo, if you will. And I think that perfectly matches up where BTC is in terms of price action, where Solana is in terms of price action. If you kind of look at, where Sol is right now, sitting above this yearly pivot as well as above close to the resistance of 2022 SR, which contained this support level back in January 2022, March 2022, broke that support in May 2022, right? So we're coming back into that as resistance and pretty close to a pretty important fib level. So like, we're very close to the 382 fib, but more importantly, the 236 fib, because this was such a massive up and down move. I think this is a pretty decent area where you could say 25% of the market cap, right? Or sorry, 25% of the price from the high to the low and then back is retraced. Okay. Now, generally, I like to see, 50 to 60, 61.8. That should be retraced, but given the amount of froth that we've had, if you kind of pay attention to how much the meme coin craze has gotten out of hand, the discussion of PopCat, the discussion of what was it, Ultra, which is I don't need to explain these meme coins. I'm sure you guys know them better than I do. Basically, my entire watch list. If you kind of go um, down the chart list, like I think a lot of them have gotten overextensions or they're due for pretty heavy pullbacks. Like, here's Flux B, which is a Telegram bot, Pumper, a different style of Launchpad slash Telegram bot. TB was trash. Sol, again, all of these have had their highs pretty much in early December or mid-December, and they've just been bleeding out, right? Pair that with where the market is, especially BTC. I think BTC is probably due for somewhat of a push into this area, and either it pulls back, maybe it goes higher in January, or it does we build a base, something like this in January, February, and maybe we rocket higher into the halving event, right? Remember this white vertical line is, I think, the halving event. I don't know if it's the exact date, but it's very close to it, right? And then again, discussing Solana, sort of the overextension that we've seen in Solana is also pretty substantial. It has broken out of its wedge, so I gotta say I'm a little surprised. And it's obviously a good thing because it kind of gives you an opportunity where if Solana pulls back like this and starts trading back above the wedge again, then like, okay, then maybe the target is 98, 100, whatever. But I gotta say, one thing, which is that I think whenever you see the meme coin craze get out of hand, whenever everyone feels extremely confident in their bias and their positioning, and they feel extremely confident betting on just meme coins, right? As like the holy grail of how to make money in crypto. I think that should scare everybody, right? Like I think you guys have been around in the market long enough. For me, it's been since 2016 on crypto Twitter and Telegram and Discord groups, more so in 2017. But the one thing that's evidently clear is when the froth, the emotions reach peak euphoria and the risk spectrum gets blown out, where everybody trades higher and higher up the risk ladder because they want to catch the next 50x, 100x, the next amazing Solana, the next amazing NFT project, whatever, right? Speaking of NFTs, I'm going to talk about this in a second, but Whenever that happens, right, every year or two that has happened with numerous different things. In the 2017 era, it was the ICO bubble. Out of the ICO bubble came insane amounts of froth, right? A lot of the coins that you see now today are because of the ICO bubble. And then, in 2019 and 20, it was kind of the DeFi bubble. All the DeFi protocols that you see now are because of that bubble, right? Um, and then, 2021, kind of the L1 craze. 2022 was a bear market, but 2023 thus far, it has been Solana centric, right? Because Solana was deemed dead and now it's taking off and ripping everybody's face off. And the Solana ecosystem is really, blowing up and people are chasing meme coins. And by the way, I mean, rightfully so, because, again, I pointed this out before. I really think that Ethereum has a lot to contend with now going forward. I'm a true believer that Solana will slowly reach Ethereum's market cap parity probably in like less than 2 or 3 years. Okay. Ethereum currently sits at 269 billion. Solana is at 36, 37 billion. This has to come down or this has to go significantly higher, right? Or they meet somewhere in the middle, maybe like, 175. Okay. I really think that is possible. And I don't care what anyone says. I mean, Solana's ecosystem, UI, UX, everything is just better. And this is coming from someone who used ETH predominantly before Solana. And once I discovered Solana, it was kind of game over, right? 2022 and 21, Solana had its own hiccups, but they fixed it. They worked relentlessly hard on it, and they just got better and better and better. And now most of my interactivity is done on Solana, right? The dApps that I use, the DeFi protocols that I use, the lending, borrowing, NFT buying, meme coin chasing, whatever is all done through Solana. So Ethereum has already lost me, and I don't think I'll ever go back to ETH, right? Unless I don't know. I never want to say never, but again, for now, Solana is it, right? So anyway, point is that the froth is getting a little bit out of hand, right? A very punishing sell-off is what you need to reset the market. And I generally look at it this way, right? Like, so, okay, every 1 year of strong bull market requires equals, let's just say 1 year of a punishing down, let's just say bear market, okay? And then sentiment wise, right? Sentiment should equal from one side to the other, i.e., when things are extremely bullish, wait for the extreme pain on the other side. So right now we've had about 2 to 3 months of insane bullishness, right? I mean, I think that probably sums it up. I think we probably just need that insane bull, right? Equals 2 to 3 months of extreme downside. Okay, I think that's what warrants the market downside move right now. So if I kind of look at this market right now, we're at the pretty much the tail end of December. We do something like this, like this, like this, like a proper bleed out in BTC, taking us to 32K. I think 32K is fair. If it really is an extreme move, then maybe like 28, 29K. But again, I don't know if that's necessary. It's possible, but it's not necessary. That puts us right around March, right? That's about 3 months. Okay. That kind of downside move is possible for BTC. Now, Solana, on the other hand, one of my sort of thought processes on Solana was I really think Solana is due for a nice heavy, minimum 50% sell-off. And that doesn't even look like much because it's literally just in this range. But the more punishing move might be down here, which is, an excess into 33 and then reclaim 47. And then by June, July, post halving, we're ready for, all the way up here. I really think this is a definitely plausible move that we could potentially have in the coming few months. Okay. Now, again, maybe this is bear market PTSD, and maybe, I'm trying to make sense of a market that doesn't need to make sense of, right? The other possibility is we're just in an insane market and we don't get any, pullbacks. Like this is all we get. Like maybe we get this, and then just take off, right? Beginning of January or something. That's possible. That's fair. I think the reality is the market right now has reached sort of just a really weird level of froth, cockiness, confidence, and just, really gambling money, right? And more often than not, I think you guys know very well, like that doesn't go unpunished. You know what I mean? Like things like that, you don't get away with. So the reality is that, I think the market is, basically due for a pretty harsh sell-off, and all this stuff is going to get cleaned up. All the charts are literally going to look, for most of the meme coins, are going to look like this, or most charts in general are going to look like that. Obviously, Jito is pretty legit. Charizard, all this stuff. I mean, not surprised, right? Like with Dog with Hat, obviously, there's some better meme coins, but I mean, they're still meme coins, right? Like let's not get it twisted. Just look at what happened to the biggest altcoin the market sort of has ever, or sorry, the meme coin that the market has ever seen. It took a beating, right? From 2021, it literally bled like 90 something percent. Sure, before that it started from much lower, but again, like, don't be surprised if you see a punishing 90% drop from all your favorite meme coins. Okay. But that's necessary, right? Like that is what is necessary to bring the markets in order, because no one gets a free ride, especially on meme coins in crypto markets. So, though I think, so I mean, I'm just gonna say like negative 50% easy on Sol, negative 30% on BTC minimum. And then I'm gonna just kind of say like bottom late Feb 24, something like that. Okay. Meme coin chasing sentiment and froth is out of hand right now and needs a proper punishment. Proper, let's just say flush. Okay. I just want to write these thoughts out so like there's a tweet to look at. On December 21st, this person tweeted this. It didn't just talk out of his ass. And for what it's worth, I still, whenever I talk about things like that, I don't mean to be hyperbolic and just say that, oh, well, I've sold everything and I'm already in cash. I'm really not. Like I made a couple of mistakes of selling a little bit early on the meme coins and Solana. But the reality is that, I still hold ETC. I still hold ETH. I still hold exposure to other projects, little by little. And then for the most part, I'm in stables. And just remember that, when you don't catch the top or you miss that extra move, don't think that I wasn't the person to have caught multiple moves. If you go back on my Twitter feed, I bought the tippy bottom down here. I sold a little bit too early, but then again, I traded this multiple times. I traded this multiple times. I traded this multiple times, and this and this. So there's been multiple moves that I've caught in and out through this entire, market dynamic. So, whenever you see people talking about things on Twitter about warning you about the signs of froth, take it in stride, because you may not get warning signs that often, especially when the market is so frothy. Okay. Anyway, that's really about it. I'm not going to lecture more on this. I do want to talk about SNB. This is a project that I minted yesterday. Maybe you should look into this. It doesn't really matter. Again, non-investment advice. None of this is investment advice, but you know, I like projects that are doing new things. These ones are they're doing like pixelated voxel style art, but that's moving picture, so animated basically, of multiple different projects. So I'm like pretty excited about this one, and it's cheap. Like it's like you know 1 SOL versus like all this other crap is you know 100 SOL, 200 SOL, 55, 159. So I like taking a stab on things like that. You know, I sometimes think even the NFT market has gotten a little out of hand, but hey, you know who am I to judge, right? So anyway, that's pretty much it. Uh, you know, there's really not much else to talk about. Uh, Obviously, other coins are, in my opinion, also reaching a local top. Sure, AVAX could go a little bit higher, $49, $50, but you know, I think that's pretty much it, right? I think this is a good time to log off end of the year, take a month or two off, and then come back to the market, you know, in a couple of months, right? Okay. Um, so yeah, overall thoughts. If y'all have any questions, shoot them my way. All right. And we will catch up real soon. There's a Discord link below. If you do want to join our Discord, all right? Y'all take care. Cheers and have a great rest of your holidays and a happy new year. Okay.